morning, everyone. It was rough sleep. Kept waking up. These herons over here are noisy. They kept making noise all night. And some ducks or something out there. I don't know, some animals, which I guess is par for the course. We're in their territory. Also, last night, this tent failed, which kind of surprises me. Hold on. Kind of surprises me because this is the same brand tent. Mine is the same brand tent, just made slightly differently, and I've used this 100 times. But at some point, that snapped and collapsed the tent on my son. And it seemed I'm gonna have to reinforce it with some duct tape or something, which I do have. But we'll have to do something about that, so he doesn't have to. Because sharing a tent is not ideal, not with this size tent. This is not great, but I guess if it's something we gotta do, we gotta do. We only have one more night of sleeping here, so we'll make do with what we have to do, with what we need. We'll do the thing. Anyway, so now we're working on getting some kind of bundle together. Everything's still wet, damp, moist, whatever you want to call it. So I'm just going to use a bunch of these wet fires and a friggin' torch lighter. That should work. And as promised, I wanted to show you guys this new food that we found. It's called Nutrient Survival. It's made in USA, of course. Special ops grade. Feed your freedom. Yeah, it's single serving. I got the home-style scrambled eggs, and then they have this hearty lasagna that my son just decided that's what he wants for breakfast. But it's a whole lot of vitamins and minerals, and it's just freeze-dried food. We'll try it out and we'll let you know how it tastes. Got ourselves a decent fire going. Get some wood broken up. Don't have to keep doing this all day. We probably still will, but let's go take a look at the river and see how it's doing today. Pretty calm. Even after yesterday's craziness. So, I think today, since we have the whole day to do stuff, I'm going to try to repair his tent, at least enough to make it one more day, and then I'll have to buy a different one, or otherwise procure a new one for him, and then probably throw that one away. I was kind of skeptical on that, the design on that one in the first place. If you're familiar with tents, they have the sticks in them, the structure. This one just has two arches, one in the front, one in the back, nothing in the middle. So it's far less structurally strong. So, and it just you use the stakes and tension to hold it apart, like the two ends from one another, to keep it erected. Which is, I don't know, it's a weird design. It's a one-person backpacker's tent. It's just the same as mine. Mine is much nicer, I think. Again, even though it's the same company, the version that he has is the version that replaced the version that I have in the stores. It's the newer version, so to speak. But I think it weighs more, even though it's a lot less to it. Because the stakes, or the skeleton to mine, is all aluminum, so it's very lightweight, and it weighs almost nothing. It's got the rain fly and everything. It's a whole tent, and it weighs less than his tent, and it's more structurally sound, and less pain in the butt to set up. Having you got the tension just right on either side. This was really annoying to get it. So there's also a good chance I actually have another tent just sitting at home. I buy these when they go on clearance, and if I remember correctly, I legitimately believe I bought like 4 of the orange ones, not the yellow ones. I know I gave some away to family members that do this kind of stuff as well. But yeah, I might just have one sitting in the closet somewhere. Yeah, so I'm going to get some water boiling and get these freeze-dried foods in our bellies. Okay, so we took a vote and we decided we're going to use the jet boil again to get this water boiled and get this food in our belly because we're hungry now. So this nutrient survival stuff is, I think it was like $5 or $6 per pack. It's a little bit on the expensive side for just a single serving, I think. 40 essential nutrients, just add water, soy-free, no artificial colors, flavors, or preservatives. And it's got milk and wheat, so if you're gluten allergic or dairy allergic, probably not for you. So that's the dry lasagna. It smells good. Hopefully it tastes good. So there's the hearty homestyle scramble. Water just finished boiling, so let's pour some hot water in there. Don't grab it with your bare hands. And we wait 5 minutes. Okay, taste test. It's kind of mushy. I don't know if it's supposed to be like that, but it is. Is yours mushy? Not as. It looks like a red sauce thing. Let's taste test. I use a little bit more water because it's still a little bit dry, but the flavor is good. How's yours? Is it good? Yeah, I definitely can taste the potatoes and stuff in it. So that's good. We're gonna eat this and then we're gonna get on with our day. I don't know what we're gonna do today. I had plans to do a bushcraft bench that we were gonna set underneath our tarp, right by our fire. Probably do some fishing. I do need to check the catfish lines. I only put 2 out last night. Those herons, man, they won't stop. I don't know. It must be breeding season. Oh well, just deal with it. And there you have it. Mine was very good. I would recommend buying that. The flavor was good. Once I let it sit for a little bit longer, the dry pieces were not dry. How do you like the lasagna? Good? He's a little camera shy. He said it actually tastes like lasagna you would make at home, so that's good. Yeah, for like a 24-hour bag or a 72-hour bag, run 1 or 5 of those. Yeah, I'm into it. This is one of those tedious things that I'm only going to show once, but gotta wash cutting boards covered in blood and scales and dirt, and then we gotta wash our dishes, and then I have one of these, I think I mentioned it earlier, a 1-gallon bag, gravity filter, so we're gonna get some water so we have, you know, clean water to drink. So, upon arriving back at camp with the gravity bag, I realized that, well, I didn't realize, but I discovered that the hose that comes with it, that goes from the bladder to the filter, is not in my bag at all. I don't know why, I don't know where it went. I was for certain that I put the whole kit in there, but the hose is gone. The hose is gone, so what I'm going to do is, I already have my bladder set up as a gravity filter. That's something I did years and years ago. So I'm going to just transfer that water from there into here and then use this as a gravity filter. Since I've used all my clean water, this will have to do. This is also going to be messy, probably. This might take a while out of the thing. It's going now. Some wonderful Maumee River water, fresh from the river basin here in Grand Rapids, Ohio. It's good for not a whole lot really. It's muddy, gross water. But so your filters will filter the gross out of it and make it taste like regular water. I've drinking this water filtered through this a lot. Like an embarrassing amount. So there you have it. Dirty water through a, I'm going to call it DIY gravity system. So here's a closer look at the tripod. It got absolutely destroyed last night. Really the damage is that leg there is a little popped out, and then you notice the whole centerpiece that's pretty much what took all the force. It landed on that side and then snapped that whole centerpiece into oblivion. Snap that off. There's the center tube. And then there's another plastic piece somewhere in there. So now I get to bring shattered aluminum and plastic pieces back home. Put it in the trash. Fortunately, it's El Cheapo from, you guessed it, Walmart. They were only 20 bucks. Unfortunately, it's the only tripod I brought with me. So, I don't know, maybe I'll make like a bushcraft tripod or something. Has that ever been done? Is that a thing? I don't know. Maybe we'll get to it. Realistically, I could still probably use the tripod. I just have to be aware of the positioning on the legs. Make sure I don't, put them too far. Because that centerpiece holds it, makes it from going too far out. There's our friends. What'd you say? It's Phil and Jerry. That's my son named those herons Phil and Jerry, even though it's definitely a male and female. You guess which one's Phil and which one's Jerry.
Wait, how did you do this?
Okay. Let's try to fix this tent. See, it's snapped off. Probably lost a good inch or so off of that. Now I just need to make it more structurally sound because it's already weakened. So I think I'm gonna try to cut that, make it even, and then tape it. I think really that's all I can do right now. Just got these little rolls of duct tape. I got about 3 of them in the bag. Maybe get a saw. Where's your saw? Is your saw out? Right there. this. Probably not going to work. Now that repairing that tent is probably not going to work. Every time you put it into the socket and it flexes on it, it's already compromised through that whole rod. So it's not going to take kindly to that pressure that it's not designed for at that sort of length. Yeah, engineering stuff. So, so buttons. I guess I'm showing a tent tonight. Alright, so I had to make a modification to my bag. Apparently I have a clog in my other Sawyer. That one I've used in the past, but definitely not the 100,000 gallons it's rated for. I'll have to take it home and give it a good flush or something. But fortunately I have another filter. That's the one that comes with the bladder. But yeah, this is the filtered river water. Still a little bit brown, but otherwise crystal clear and 100% drinkable. So for those of you that are curious, I don't think this was in my video where I went over my bag, but this is the UST You Dig It field shovel. It's just a small e-tool. It's really not that big, but it's good for digging fire pits and other small digging jobs. It doesn't weigh a whole lot, even though it is basically solid steel. It's got decent grips on it. I considered putting in one of my larger Camillus shovels. They weigh probably twice as much as this one, and it takes up about 50% more room in my bag. And I'm already carrying quite a bit, so trying to save on space and weight. That's why I decided to get the smaller shovel. I just can't do super large tasks with it. If anybody has any suggestions on lightweight, strong shovels that will fit in my bag, not on the outside of my bag. I've considered the cold steel shovel, but it doesn't really fit in my bag. So going with this. So far it's working excellent. I haven't really needed a large digging job, although as I explained earlier to my son, there's no good way to get up where we are. It's a 6-foot cliff, just straight down basically. If we were here for longer, I would consider digging some type of steps or ramp for easier access to get to where we are. With this being a flood area, I'm actually really glad we're this high up. Although when it gets really bad, this area does flood a little bit. But anyway, we're not in the flood time right now. Yesterday's freakazoid rainstorm was the first real rain we've had in a month. We had a little bit of a sprinkle up here. I think it was 3 or 4 days ago, but it wasn't even enough to bat an eye at. So we've decided to switch our plans around a little bit. We're going to explore the island and see if we can't find some stuff. Maybe some berries, hopefully some apples, some snacks, trail snacks. Also, I'm using the busted tripod right now. It's not the greatest, but it's good for still shots like this. Just kind of breaking the fourth wall here. Alright, we got my waist pack, got my water bottle, got my big knife, got my revolver, got my son. We're going to explore this. I think we're going to start from the left side here. We got Creep City here. All these spider webs. I'm assuming that somewhere in this bush is some type of berries or apples or something. There's wildlife here. Raccoons, deer, all kinds of stuff. We got some trash that looks like it's been washed up from the flooding. This bucket thing, barrel, or half of a barrel anyway. Alright, something big up in the trees. Probably heron. There's quite a lot of them around here. And it's actually kind of astounding that there's that many heron around here. There's 4 spider webs everywhere. That's some thick brush. Got some grass here. I think that's the first grass we've seen. Trying not to do too much hacking and slashing. Oh, this is a cozy little area. I'm not sure which way to go out of here. Let's try this way. The big old spider nest. Avoidance technique. Ooh. It's crouching. It's not great. Oh, okay. We made it to the edge. That was super painful and annoying to get through. Not really painful, but annoying. This stuff here.
Is it somebody?
I call it schmand, because it's sand, dirt, and now it's wet, so now it's a mud. Schmand. Go ahead, you know you want to say it. Schmand. got a little beach here. In case you want to catch a tan while you're on a forest island. Whoever's doing that. Oh, get stuck again. Get skiddy. I smell fish. Check out this little beach area. Lots of animal activity. This stuff is super soft. Oh my god. Oh, yeah, don't walk on that. Almost lost my shoe. It smells like Lake Erie over here. Those of you not familiar with Lake Erie, pretty much permanently smells like dead or dying fish. Lots of deer activity, so much deer activity. And you know, for this, I think this is a 6 square acre island roughly. To see this much deer activity is, or any deer activity, is insane to me. So I would assume that any non-avian animal gets over here in the winter time when the lake is, or the river is at its shallowest. Well, not really at its shallowest, but when it's froze over. Alternatively, when the river is at its shallowest during the summer months, deer, large animals like that, can very easily walk over because the water only gets like 2 feet deep. Yeah, look at my boots. They're just absolutely crusty with mud. This thing is so full of hate. It's crown of thorn trees. I think that's what they're called. They have these 1.5 to 2 inch long spikes on them. That's about the most hateful thing we have up here. Look at that. It's so peaceful this morning. Fish are still jumping. Birds are chirping. I'm sweaty already. See, I rhymed again. I didn't mention this earlier, but I did check my catfish lines and the bait was stripped on both. I did not rebait them because I'm not super worried about getting a catfish right now. At some point, once we're done with this adventure, I think we're going to do some active fishing, see if we can't get some more drum or bass or something to eat. We have one more freeze-dried meal left. It's chicken flavored rice, so it's just rice. So ideally, I'd like to get a fish to cook up and put in it to enhance it with some protein. So we're going to keep adventuring. I don't want to waste too much battery on this, so. We found Phil! And if you look way up there, there's Jerry. And Tommy is up there somewhere. We just saw him fly in. But this guy is like right there to us. That's awesome. Then we've got some squirrels making some noise over there, eating some walnuts probably. No sign of any groundhog or crow. So, or apples or berries or anything edible. It's about 10 o'clock now. I think we should get some fish so we can have some lunch.